Peace, 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 everyone. I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. And today we're going to be discussing Sagittarius entering Mercury. Actually, it happens today until December 14th. It's a very short transit. This is a great time to study astrology because Sagittarius rules spirituality and Mercury is the ability to spot patterns, and astrology is all about patterns. And so if you want to do your life path astrology to figure out kind of what you want to be doing, where you want to go, will be actually a really, really great time to work on something like that, especially with the Venus retrograde Capricorn energy. Even if you're not doing the life path astrology class, it's a great time. As you'll see, you'll hear the themes as I speak throughout this entire live, where Sagittarius is really about the future, thinking about the future, planning for the future. You're more optimistic about the future. And so your ideas are going to be more optimistic. And so just overall, in general, being in a Venus Capricorn is all about doing things that help you achieve things in life. And this is going to go freaking phenomenal with this, okay? I'm not gonna lie, you might not really have the focus for it. I'm just gonna be all the way 100 with you. It might just be a matter of being being happily blissful in the moment. You might be super busy, but overall, whatever you can get done, and in relation to that, thinking about that, considering that, even just having conversations about it might really help you. It doesn't even have to be that you're actually sitting down and studying it, because that might not be the proper energy for it. But it's definitely a good time for that kind of thing. So also, life path readings starting on the 8th will be free until the 11th to celebrate our first year of official business, even though I've been doing this, good golly, Miss Molly, I want to say 10 years planning this business, working with this business, evolving this business, transforming this business. It has been quite the ride, to say the least. I'm happy to say that I'm grateful to be here at this time, for it to have come a year. It'll be a year on December 8th. And it feels good. It feels good. So for those 3 days, I'll be advertising free life path readings. You'll need your date of birth, time of birth, and location of birth to be able to get a great reading. I'll also be providing the number that I do all my psychic hotline calls on. And if you want this information ahead of time, just send me an email at info@awayoflife.net. And I'll send you all the information. Just let me know what you're referring to in the email. And I'm going to start opening that line up to people. I feel like if you get business through me, it's way better. But what I do think that the hotline is really, really good for is asking specific questions. Especially if you can give me your information up front. It's a really great tool to have for you to be able to call in and say, and you can even email me first on that hotline and be like, I have a question for blah, 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 and that's free. And then and send me all your information. Then that really gives me the time to look, so that when we do get on the line, I can just straight out answer those questions, and then you could be on your way. So if you don't see that advertised anywhere, lucky for you if you guys are the ones who listen to me all the time, because this is really where I do most of my updates and talk about them. I'm not always posting this stuff, But spread the word. If you have somebody who you feel like might be interested in those kinds of things, please like, share, and subscribe. Let people know how you feel about the services that we do over here. And spread the word, spread the love. You know, the likes allow the videos to get seen more. So I'm really trying to build a community, a network of like-minded folks. So, you know, 'tis the season. And also don't forget on November 30th, Miss Tiara at A Day of Royalty and I will be going live talking about insecurities in a relationship. Her and her husband are married. They're Gen YZ. I think that's his handle on IG, dating Gen YZ. So they are our age. They are specifically talking about things that we can relate to. And I like them. I really, really, really like them. I like his perspective. He's a dating relationship coach. And I'm really, really excited to be doing that live. And so you can catch that on A Wine Way of Life. And feel free to bring your liquor. You can get your liquor directly from me. On my website, I did update my LinkedIn, my Linktree page, so that should be more straightforward now. I'm trying. I'm getting a little bit better with what I can do without my freaking laptop. Still, can you believe it? All right. Anyway, so yeah, family, please join us. We'd love to have you. All right. So back to Mercury and Sagittarius. Mercury and Sagittarius is about expanding the mind because Sagittarius is all about growth and expansion. This will be a time of having a lot of ideas. We can start thinking about where you want to be, where you want to go over the next few months, or again, just the next few years. It could be both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Mercury is considered to be in detriment in Sagittarius. But still, overall, I feel like they're still in sync because they're both mutable signs. It's fire and air. You already know fire ignites, air ignites fire. So it's still going to be a jovial, upbeat energy, but it's in detriment because it's further away from where the sun. I'll say the sun, but okay. So things tend to fall apart, not work too well. This could be nervousness energy or super disorganized. Not being appreciative, people not being appreciative of all your ideas. And that's kind of where the detriment, I feel like, comes in with the Sagittarius energy. But overall, Sagittarius is a fire sign. Mercury is the messenger from the gods and can translate in understandable terms. And so Sag is faith and Gemini is curiosity. So you can be curious about your faith, taking risks that you may regret later. And not necessarily that you'll regret them. But we are in a Venus retrograde, okay? So, like, depending on what this risk is, let's just be real. It might be something you'll have to revisit by the end of January. And that's okay, I feel like, because this is really what, this is what this energy is about. Being curious, being free-spirited, and having faith that things are going to work out. So it's going to be a natural, whatever it is, you're going to get something from it, I think is a better way to address that. Sag is part man and part animal. So the first half degrees, so the first 15 degrees of this energy rules humanitarian efforts. And the second half is animalistic. So not really considering others' needs. No different than really any other sign that has a representation of two. But this can be a lot of new ideas for business, legal things, especially high courts. Like we've been seeing a lot of court cases lately. I don't know if they've been federal, but I can only imagine that more things like that can come up, especially around like different countries, legal cases and things around countries. So I don't really know what they call them politically, but we can see a lot of politics with court cases and things of that nature, like with the president and other countries and, you know, whatever they got going on. I know there's some stuff with China. I seen China making some threats. We can see stuff like that. Or, you know, with the borders, federal schnit. You know, it could be anything of that nature. Yeah. This is citizenship. Again, just more stuff around the borders and citizenship. What are they called? Immigrants, immigration, things like that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be plastered all over the news. Good Lord. My heart goes out to those people who are dealing with that. Yeah, this could even be other legal things in other countries. Yeah, it's really sad. But people could be updating their citizenship, renewing the passport. You can be super, like, learning things quicker, like having the ability to catch on to things a lot quicker, like whereas normally you might be like, damn, for whatever reason, like my brain, it don't stick, right? But here you pick up things a lot faster, a lot quicker. Thought patterns are more optimistic here, even about the future. Your beliefs and views can even be more optimistic, especially around world views and culture, family, siblings, community, neighbors. You know, this is the spirit of the holidays here, you know. So people are just feeling a lot more social, you know. Your social media communication can change. Like you find that you might not be the person who cares to be on social media that often, but here it's like, damn, I just find myself always wanting to be on social media, posting photos, posting like little sayings or whatever. Your family having good times, you traveling, things of that nature. Technological advances we can hear about, because this is a fast moving energy. So be careful of greed. You can get greedy here. On a global perspective, we can see some new laws around travel. Unfortunately, it could be more restrictions. I'm just going to keep it all the way 100. It's just the time that we're in, you know, but it depends. We can see, again, a lot more world events. This could affect travel by the ocean. More social distancing themes. New regulations on how we can travel for like daily work and stuff. So prices might go up for the train, the bus. I can totally fucking see that. This could also be like why is my brain just shut down? Like more quicker travel. So maybe you hear something about like high-speed trains, or just the talks about some kind of faster travel through air, Or even, this could even be like mail and deliveries. Or you could even just be like, wanting to walk further distances, wanting to walk somehow, like you in your mind as a person, as an individual, could be thinking like, I could walk halfway and then take the train from, this place to that place. This is that kind of mindset. Because Gemini rules all travel, anything on wheels, right? Walking, running, because Gemini rules the limbs, right? The hands, arms. This could definitely be about getting out in nature, wanting to be out in nature, but even it could just be in the community in general. We could even find that the community is just a lot more busier. Streets are a lot more busier. Public transportation is just more busier, It could be just those simple little things. But overall, I feel like it could be something about high-speed travel. And whether it's actually taking place or not, it could be a discussion. Like we could hear things about technological advances in high-speed travel. The airlines can be overbooked, and that fucks up your travel plans, especially for people traveling around the holidays. But with that Venus Capricorn, you play your cards right, you'll be getting a steal of a deal. So I would say don't even fucking stress it. As long as you're still able to travel, just do it, and it's holiday season, so people just might be giving out mad good deals, sales, yeah, and it's Mercury, so this is wind. We're talking about Sagittarius, so this could be really strong winds, weather-wise. But as we move more into this Sagittarius season, we're going to have a stellium of planets in Sagittarius, as well as the sun in Sagittarius. So it'll be Mercury will conjunct the sun. That's letting go, emptying out, or spiritualizing things. So connecting to spirit, foreign people, neighbors, community, friends, siblings. Sagittarius is in-laws and the family of in-laws. You may become like more interested in reading, or again getting out and about. Meeting people, meeting gurus, looking at the bigger picture. Very opinionated here. Be careful for that. I feel like I talked about that in the weeklies. You'll have a more broader perspective on things. So, when I say broad, I mean like, again, just you could be more concerned with world views or cultural things, philosophies, spirituality and religion, but not so dogmatic or rigid. You'll just be open to hearing the broader perspectives of others, their world views and opinions. What else? You could be blunt or preachy, restless about getting to the truth and wanting to go deeper and share, wanting to learn and teach. This could be overdoing things, so very chatty. Or you can't sleep, or you just become like a busybody, especially if you're somebody who's confined to your home all the time. You can find yourself just like wanting to be out or going out to eat more regularly to this place, and you find that you really like it, so you might do it a lot more often. This is definitely like a cafe person. Like morning dating. It could be harder to focus, but that'll get better and ease towards the end of the month. So anything that's coming up for you now, write it down. Remember, it might not be the focus to kind of, build on what you're doing other than just gathering information. Because it's just going to be wild. Like, it's going to be wildly busy with all this Sagittarius energy coming in. Because it's very upbeat, very jovial. People are just going to want to have a good time and spend time with family and connect, And so be mindful of that, but be conscious of taking all this stuff down, because this could be like masterful ideas that you don't want to miss out on. So taking that into consideration, being mindful of that, to make time to meditate on those things. But just know that it's going to be really, really hard, but you'll also be rewarded for doing something like that, because you could get a lot out of this ideology, this mindset that's going to be coming in over the next few weeks and a half. And again, you can use that to the benefit of continuously working in this Venus and Capricorn energy, especially with Mars still in Scorpio. You're going to have that oomph. Mars and Scorpio is going to take what you get and it's going to ground you and help you really narrow in and focus and do something real concrete with it, with that Venus and Capricorn energy, which I think is going to be fucking dope. People are going to be on go mode at the end of the month. As we get into Capricorn season, and that Venus and Capricorn is really going to start to show up, So keep that in the back of your mind. Learning a new skill or training someone new at work could be themes that are coming up for you. Naming things. Gemini is about names. This is a great time for negotiations. This could also be mind travel. It doesn't always have to be physical travel when we're talking about Mercury here. Mercury is the deity who can travel into the underworld, who brings people into the underworld. So you got to think about, like, if Mercury's the messenger from the gods, brings messages from the gods, and Mercury is the person who brings people down to the underworld it's the only sign that can travel in between worlds, is what I'm trying to say. And so, thinking of this from the perspective of mind travel from one dimension to another. And so this is the type of person who can travel visually anywhere they want to go. All they got to do is really put their mind to it and think about it, right? So that could also be another form of travel, which means, now we're getting into the multi-metaverse stuff too as well. And just keeping that in mind, that that's what they're building. This could be great technology for things like that. This is really just about creating a world within your mind, right? A safe place, a safe haven, being optimistic about that. So you can even use that to your advantage by way of dreaming big. Get a vision board and just let your mind run wild and adapt that to some goals, some future goals. What do you want to do in the next few months? What do you want to be doing in the next year or so? You know what I mean? That type deal there, that could be so awesome for this energy. This could be marketing things, publishing things, getting interviewed, and not just for a job, but as a guru, as a specialist in something, people wanting to interview you to talk about whatever your skills are. This is pattern recognition as well. So yeah, anything around those fields obviously are going to be in high demand. And then we could see, things about this coming out later. I think it's an 11-month transit, if I'm not mistaken. So hearing more about what comes out from this at that time, which, it's really kind of dope. You can even set your goals for 11 months from now and come back and be like, what was I doing around this time? And how can I track that? Again, just being more conscious about using your chart to elevate, motivate you through your mission and your purpose in this lifetime. Staying in tune, staying aligned with you, yourself, and who you are as a person and what is meant for you. And always staying on the higher vibration of that. At least I feel like when I do these videos, I hope anyway. Even if you're not following your chart, just in life in general, I hope that some things happen, me doing the good and the bad of this, you can recognize when you're not aligning and use that energy to transmute it, to look at it from the higher perspective, and how can I do that? Even if you don't get it right away, to be able to notice it, to be aware of it, to be conscious of it is really the key. Because nobody's perfect, right? But when you notice things, that's magic. That's Mercury. That's the transmutation of energy, And once we learn and understand that from that perspective, as opposed to being the victim and looking at it like, oh, my life sucks, Which is easy to do, which is fine, too. You're human, so you have to have your human experience, Have your whole pity party. Crawl in the corner and cry. Don't want to take that from anybody. Besides, it's extremely healthy. I just want to put that out there, But then you get back on your feet and get to it. You know what I mean? You don't stay in those situations any longer than necessary, because what happens is that you don't understand how powerful your manifestation is. And so when you are thinking of those things, that's the reality that you are creating for yourself. And so a lot of the times I'll be doing these readings and I'll be having conversations about astrology with other people, and they kind of they might be going through something, or something's happening to them, and they're only focused on what's happening. So when I'm giving them a reading, I'm giving them the other side to look at this, and they are completely out of whack, and they're like, wait, what do you mean? That doesn't have anything to do with what I'm complaining about right now. I was like, I know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You are the manifester. You have the power and control of your life. So you take that energy, like I said, have your pity party. By all means, you have to acknowledge your feelings and emotions, having a human experience. But you are a god, whether we want to see it that way or not. We have the ability to transmute energy and change our reality. And the sooner we learn that and accept that, the sooner we can all begin to move into this higher vibration of energy, which is, I'm going to keep talking a little bit about more and more for that Jupiter and Pisces energy. Let me tell you, I am lit AF about Jupiter and Pisces. I'm finna to become a whole manifester. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. But stay in the higher vibrations of your mind, family. As usual, I hope this information is helpful. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all.